Hello everyone, this is Sota Watanabe. Today we have a second ambassador call, and today Martin is going to talk about Parachain auction. So the Gavin announced the date of the Parachain auction, which is the next Tuesday. So we started Cloudron. So Martin is going to walk you through the current status and our future plan. Leave it to you, Martin.
Okay, thank you. I will share my screen as well for this. Okay. You see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So first of all, I want to thank everyone for being here present in our ambassador call, our second ambassador call. Also want to thank you guys for the support since we launched our crowd loan. It's amazing to see all the responses on Telegram and Discord. So really happy with the results so far, but we believe that this is just the beginning of the crowd loan, because we have some very important announcements ready to go. And also we believe that there are still a lot of users now waiting for their staking to be unbound to join the crowd loan. So we still have time to hype up our crowd loan to get more participants as well. So that is a little bit of the updates that are now going. So the crowd loan went live on June the 8th. We have a one-pager that is ready. And as you know, all the information is visible here. So this is a great page to send to the community as well, in case there are any questions. We did our best to have everything present on one page to make it easier for you guys, as well for our community. This was the latest crowdcast with all the information, all the supported wallets and exchanges, the timeline. We are now here in phase 2. So what can we expect? The auction, and then we will become a Parachain. This calculator is very important also for our users to understand. I think it's not so difficult to use. For now, we are just here in the crowd loan section. Later on, this auction will be also important to calculate the total amount of native tokens. Later on, when the auctions start, I will lock this part of the calculator, because then we will know the first crowd loan period plus the 2 days. So that amount will be locked here. So we can go with the other auctions and calculate a much better result in the end. We also have a small newsletter here at the bottom. So users can also join a mailing list instead of joining or watching Telegram or Discord or Twitter. They can just put in the email here. So in case anyone is asking about this, you can refer to this part of the one pager. We already have around 70 to almost 100 new people in our newsletter who joined through this page. We also have around 2,000 users on our waitlist, and we are also sending them emails and updates about the crowd loan. A small frequently asked questions and some tutorial videos and a link to the documentation. And as you see at the bottom, we are now in a green market, and Kusama is almost at $500 again. So continue on the presentation. So the calculator is available on the one page, and this is the auction timeline. I think everyone is aware of this timeline. So the first auction will start next week, the 15th, 12 GMT. Then will be the first auction starts, and the ending period starts 2 days later. And then 5 days later, we know who will win the first Parachain slots. As you can see in the crowd loan, we think that we already know who will be the first one, but we will still aim to be one of the first. So let's go for that second slot. And I'm sure, I'm convinced that we will make this. Then what are the updates? The recent updates yesterday was about the investment of KR1. They invested 10,000 KSMs in our crowd loan. KuCoin also added Shaden. So the available exchanges are now 3 in total: Kraken, OKX, and KuCoin. We have an NFT program with Remark and Mushi Market. the NFT program with Remark is that users can have an NFT through Remark, but they must have an egg from Canaria. So if they don't have an egg, they will not get the NFT from Remark. But that's why we also created a partnership with Mushi Market. They are creating an NFT for everyone who's joining the crowd loan. We will look on chain about if we need to have a cap on this. So maybe some guys are doing multiple contributions, very small, to get more NFTs, but I believe this is not the case at the moment. So we will not have a cap at the moment. So we will see during our locking period, after we become a Parachain, our native tokens will be locked for 1 month. And during this month, we will calculate all the bonuses. And also we will see if we need to have some kind of cap or KYC on the NFT. We have some upcoming announcements ready for the crowd loan. We have the Double Jump Tokyo. This is a really big one because it's a very famous business in Japan regarding NFTs. We have a strategic investment round of $10 million that we will announce. We will also have an article ready about going carbon negative. What we mean with this, we have partnership with Microsoft and also with AWS, and they have promised us that they will be using the renewable energy and things like that. And I think this is very important now to add this in our vision with Plasm ecosystem, that we are aiming to be carbon negative, not carbon neutral, but carbon negative. So we will actually contribute to the environment as well, to our ecosystem. And then we have our Builders program. Simon will explain a little bit more about the Builders program in a minute. And then what's also something important for you guys, that we are going to revamping the Plasm Ambassador program. Why are we doing this? Because we want to make sure that when we become a DAO and things like that in the further stage of our Parachain auctions and the Polkadot auctions, we need to have our ambassador program. We need to have a better structure for this. So we will explain this in a later stage because we are now still creating this. One main, why are we doing this actually is we want to know not only what you guys are doing, but we also want to know where you guys are from, because we are thinking about once the COVID, for example, is over and more events are happening, that we need to know who is where in what region, so we can use you guys as ambassador to represent us, for example, and things like that. But I will explain this more when everything is ready. So we will also have some different roles. We will have candidates. Everyone who will apply to the program will be a candidate. Then we have the ambassador. Then we have the senior ambassadors. Those are, so what we are thinking about is we are now having Shaded Network launched. So everyone now is an ambassador for Shaded Network. And then we also have the senior ambassadors. Those are the ambassadors that we know of that have a lot of knowledge about our ecosystem. And they will become a senior ambassador also for having you guys more ready for the Polkadot as well. And then there will be the regional heads in case more and more ambassadors will join the program. But like I was saying first, this is still something we still are looking to figure everything out. And this is still an example how it will look like. It's just very important for us as team to have more of a structure for our ambassadors, just to know who is doing what, who is living where. Yeah, and we just want to make this very structured as well for the future.
Can I add something as well?
Yes, sure.
So with regards to the ambassador program, there's this, Martin mentioned something about basically being more transparent with things that you do. And I think that is important, not just for us, but also for you, right? Like, for example, if you are hosting a lot of events and such in your own regions, and if we are not aware of those events, then we cannot like reward you appropriately for the kind of efforts that you put in. And then also with more transparency, we are also able to figure out like which areas we need to do, like we need to focus more attention on. Like maybe, for example, if a particular region is not, maybe the community is not as big as other regions, why is that so, you know, things like that. So yeah, so that's really one of the key points as to why we are also we want to revamp the ambassador program. And the other one is the structure, like what Martin shared earlier. Yep.
Yeah, Simon, can you add something about the Builders program as well?
Oh yeah, sure. So do you have the Builders program open? It's on the GitHub page. I can send it to you. I'll send it in the chat.
Okay, cool. I can see the chats now here.
You saw it?
No, I can't see the chat when I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, you can. It's on. Yeah. Okay, I'll share my screen then. Share screen. Share screen. Do this program. Do this program. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this GitHub page is already live. We've not announced it yet, but it's already live, so you guys can take a look if you want. The whole point of this Builders program is to basically provide grants to like developers or anyone who wants to build in our community and basically want to help grow our ecosystem. And I think I shared this a little while back, but I can't remember. But basically, essentially, what we are looking at is we are planning to split this Builders program into two different tracks. So there's going to be an ecosystem track, which covers things like dApps, developer tools like libraries, palettes, infrastructure like custodians, bridges, oracles, and things like that. And then there's also an innovation track, which is something that's completely unique. It might not make a lot of sense, but it might sound like something that might be useful to try. And so during this Builders program, what we are planning to do is to basically provide teams with many different kinds of support, right? Like for example, we can give them technical support, we can give them network and fundraising support, we can give them marketing support. Even after they graduate from the program, we can still support them. Like for example, if they want to, if they need connections to certain VCs or certain people that we already know, we can help to link them together and things like that, right? So you guys already know why we should build on WASM, things like that. And then also another thing that I want to point out with the Builders program is that we actually also have what is known as a Builders committee. I remember I shared a post in the ambassador group asking for people who would like to apply for the committee. And basically, if we are eventually going to become a community-owned blockchain, we need to start by decentralizing areas that we can decentralize. And we feel like the Builders program is one of the things that we can try and decentralize. Of course, not fully decentralized from the get-go, because that would be a little bit chaotic. So what we are doing is we have let me just share with you, Ambassador Builders Committee. Is it here? Builders program, hold on. Here. So who is in the Builders Committee, right? So there are currently 8 members in the committee. These 8 members, 4 of them are from the Pleasant team. So it'll be myself, Martin, Sota, and Shun. And then there'll be 4 ambassadors who are also part of the committee. So I'm just going to share your names if you are. Wait, let me see if everyone is here. Okay, even if you're not here, I'm just going to share your name. So basically, we have Alex. We have Tiger, we have Earl, and we have Jimmy, right? So these 4 ambassadors, they expressed interest that they wanted to join the committee, and we did a kind of like an informal talk to get to know them a little bit better. And after okay, never mind. So but basically these 4 ambassadors are currently in the committee, and the whole point of this committee program is for us to come together and to come to like an unbiased decision as to whether or not a certain application should get the kind of grants that they're asking for, right? So that's really what this committee is about. If you guys know any projects or any teams who might be considering building on other blockchains or anything, you can just share them with us, or you can share us with them and get them to build on our ecosystem instead. And yeah, that'll be very helpful.
Thank you, Simon. Cool. See if I can share it. Okay, like I was also talking to the ambassador Telegram. We were talking about Benjamin was telling more about how to ramp things up for the crowd loan. So actually, Sota was telling in the beginning that Kusama is important, but we believe that the Polkadot will be much more important to us. So we already learned a lot of new things about how this crowd loan is going and how to improve this. But it's always great to have your opinion as well. So if we are looking at our project compared to our project, we know that what we are missing is a UI, for example. This would be better to others to join through our UI. This could be an improvement for us to have for the Polkadot. Also, maybe something very important is like referrals. We were thinking actually that with the extra bonus rate that we have now, it's more than enough. As you can see, if you calculate the bonus rate now for getting SDN tokens, is very high. And I think a lot of users don't know that it's actually at the moment, you get really a lot back for putting your KSMs in Shaded Network. But with the referral as well, we could have more participants. So this is something that we will be adding for the Polkadot auctions. Yeah, so with the Kusama auction is going now, we still are on second place, and we are learning every day on how to improve for the Polkadot auctions. And let's hope that, let's go for that second slot for the auctions. And with the upcoming announcements we have ready, we will get a lot of tractions from others as well, I believe. Sota, can you add your comments to the crowd loan, or how do you think how it's going?
Yeah, tomorrow we have a great announcement, which was the 10 million fundraise led by Fembushi, followed by Hypersquare and also other prominent investors, including the Nobuyuki Idei. He was a CEO at Sony, obviously the biggest, one of the biggest company all over the world. So yeah, crowd is just start. So we would like to be one of the first Kusama Parachain, and after that we are going to rebrand Plasma Network, and we are going to launch Plasma Network Portal that allows people to develop applications through Portal. So what we have to do right now is to focus on the tech. This is the first priority, and second priority is advertise our updates, both marketing side and technical side all over the world. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so great. So I want to have a moment with you guys if you want to add something about what you got from your questions from your community, or any input that you guys have about the crowd loan or how things are going. Feel free to open your mic and speak, and I'm happy to listen.
Guys, thanks for presentation. Really important information. It's great that we are going good, and I think when we successfully connect as Parachain to Kusama, I think the next main point is the projects that we need to invite. I and my teammates are already started to think about these points and invite some. I started a conversation with some projects to invite it to Scheiden. So I hope other ambassadors also join this movement, and we'll invite good and interesting teams, because I think it's the key point of success. If there will be a lot of interesting and useful projects, it will be very important for all the community.
Yeah, you are correct about this. So you are talking with other projects, and also if others are talking to projects, we Simon created a pitch deck for this. So if you guys are interested, maybe Simon can share this with the ambassadors as well. Everything, all the information that's needed if you are talking with other projects as well. So this will be great to have as well, so we can share it in PDF. So actually it explains a little bit what Plasma Network is, the heart of the multi-chain future. Our bridges are announced here, what we can do. Also why it's important to have Plasma Network in the Polkadot ecosystem. This is explained in this section. Also a very important key feature that you can express is the cross virtual machine. You have interoperability between Solidity and WebAssembly contracts, something very unique to have. That we are full Ethereum compatible. Some key features that is very great to add to new project is the dApp staking. This is something very unique. So actually they are building for free on Plasma ecosystem and actually gather steady income as well. So that's very unique to have the layer 2 possibilities. And what the builders program is about. So a little bit of explanation, we will share this where you can look over it and present it to the projects you are in contact with. And then if you are interested in joining our builders program, we can talk with each other and with you guys as well. And yeah, and add them to the builders program as well. So here you find the information how to apply. Sorry, go ahead, Alex. Or
by the way, can we make some list of projects that are already creating something? It can be closed, not public list, but it is very interesting what projects are already here. What do you think, guys? Simon?
So we have something like that already, but it's an internal document. Basically, we were looking at the what's existing on like the other ecosystems, like for example, what's happening on Ethereum, what's happening on Binance Chain, and we were planning to reach out to these projects and ask them to basically just incentivize them to join us by giving them the grant. But of course, they have to deliver on whatever they are supposed to do before we give them the grant. But that's what we have planned. Within the space itself, I mean, within Polkadot, I have not done that yet because I am not familiar with the other projects that I'm currently building on. But I think it's definitely a good idea as well. Like, for example, if you know of a team that has plans to build on maybe say Akala or something, right? Maybe you can you can probably put them in touch with us, and we can also probably reach out to them and ask them if they want to build on Plasma instead. Yeah.
You even can we even can create a list of projects that we want to hook up.
Yeah.
And if somebody know the founders or some teammates of this project, if we share in our ambassador community, I think we can reach our target much faster.
Yeah. And I also think with regards to dApp staking, I think a lot of people are underestimating how much dApp staking can reward dApp developers, because everything is theoretical right now, right? But effectively, half your block rewards are going to dApps, which can be quite a large amount of money. And because right now the thing is not even live yet, so it's very hard to show them like tangible benefits of building on Plasma. But I suppose when we go live, this kind of things, when we have concrete numbers, right, we can use this to convince projects why they can come over and build. I mean, it'd be useful to use like evidence to show projects why building on Plasma would be a better alternative to other blockchains.
When we will have some use cases and examples, it will go much easier, because everybody see what will go next, and we will have some good examples and good use cases. I think it will be much faster and much smoother. I also mentioned in the presentation about the ambassador program some point about dApps rewards. So are you going to implement ambassador in dApps activity, or I missed something? Can you?
Yeah, sure, no problem, Alex. So when dApp staking is available, we will have a ambassador smart contract. That smart contract will be deployed in our platform. We as a company and other community members can nominate that smart contract, and that block rewards will be distributed amongst our ambassadors. And that's why we also want to have some more of a structure of like who is doing what. And so we have to know actually what everyone is doing, so we can make sure that everyone gets the rewards that they deserve to get. And we will share everything with you about. We are just looking at other examples as well, like we are thinking about maybe having some kind of a point system, or maybe having something on GitHub where you have to share, or on Notion. We are still looking away to how we can make your task that you are doing visible, like transparent to other ambassadors as well, and also for us to know what everyone is doing. Like, this is very important in our road to becoming a DAO, that everything will be community driven, where ambassadors can maybe later on in a later phase in a couple of years can be chosen by the community as well, and things like that. So we are looking like to make it more structured for everyone to understand, also for new members who want to join, because we have a lot of members who are contacting us about joining the ambassador program, but we don't have anything to show them or how it works. So that's why it's important to have this in place. This will not be ready next week. We are thinking about having this ready the moment you will become a Parachain, maybe in a month or so it will be completely ready. Me and Simon are working on this, but we will share all the information available, all the information we have, or the steps we want to. We will share this guide with you guys. So also, if you have any input, feel free to send it to us or help us with this to build it.
Yeah, I have a suggestion about it.
Sure, go ahead, Alex.
I think the best way, the points and some kind of reports, it's a little bit boring. I think a very cool way is the monthly article about the contribution and the news of Plasm and so on. So in some kind of free way, so everyone can make this article in way that he or she like, and put there the contribution. So it will be two ways benefit. So it will be some kind of report, and the second way, people will see that a lot of people really contributing, and it will be open, and ambassadors will share it in their social networks and so on. So maybe it's a good idea.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
Think about
thank you.
This.
Yeah. So is anyone here from the ambassadors who have a question about the community that they don't know the answer to, or have a question for us regarding the crowd loan and auctions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe first one regarding what Alex was saying, that's of onboarding a new project. That's really what we need, I think. And I just have a little thing because I know some people here and there who are working on some big names on Ethereum actually. The only thing is how to explain to them what they should do on Shiden or on Plasm, you know, and how they can, because it's hard to really explain that it's an experimental network and all of that, you know. So maybe we can find some common communication about that can make it attractive to projects. It was just a suggestion. I don't have a bigger idea for the moment. But that's it. Second, if Simon can share this PowerPoint, because as I told you, I will be live in the it's like the biggest French crypto community, and we will be live on Sunday. So I will be there to present the general auctions and to talk about Shiden also. So a little presentation can be cool, or I will show the site anyway. But documents are cool to show. And the last one that I talked about in the group a few hours ago, it's more concrete. It's about nodes and validator, because whatever is the result of the very first auction, well, Shiden will be live soon, and we should make sure that everything is set and that all the validators are running fine. So we should think about some test, some test period to be like in real Shiden conditions. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, I understand what you are saying. So for the validators on Shiden, so now we are actually it's more of a shell. It's now connected to the crowd loan module on Kusama, and it will be updated accordingly on when we become a Parachain. So for the first period when Shiden is live as a Parachain, it will still be not all the features will be available. So we will update along the way during the first weeks, and along that we will add more and more validators as well. First going on Dusty, and then so slightly moving over to Shiden. So we are thinking about it, and I'm sure that Alex, our lead developer, will comment more about this on Telegram. I will ping him, and then I will let you know that because he's more of a technical guy about this, and he can make a detailed explanation of how the vote will go for Shiden as well. So I'll make sure he gets it. And about the tutorial, about the presentation, Simon will share it in Ambassador, and then you can also translate it if needed to French or another language. And we will send it as PDF, and maybe also as just a presentation that everyone can make adjustments to in their language as well. So that's will be important if you're talking to new projects, that you can show it in your native language maybe, and it's also better for them to understand what's actually going on with Blossom and how it works and things like that. And also about the onboarding of new projects as well, we need to figure out how to make this more known to the community as well, and to our users. Maybe once Shiden is live, we can do some live events where projects are announcing them going live on Shiden, and make some kind of event out of this for first. We will see how it goes. So we have projects who are waiting for us to become a Parachain to go live. So we already are talking with a lot of projects. So yeah, we are just looking forward to becoming the first one of the first Parachains and get things done, and what we actually are waiting for a year now. So
yeah, it was about projects, and my question was a little specific. It was about how, well, if we say, okay, come and join Shiden, come and join, let's say, the Plasma ecosystem. If I don't know, if I take a concrete project because one of the guys in this channel, let's take a project like AAV, I don't know if you see what it is. It's a big one, but you know, they have like flash loans and things like that on that are productive. So should we tell them something like, okay, come and start on Shiden and then switch to Plasm, or keep both of them? What can be a roadmap, you know, between Shiden and Plasm for projects? That was something like that.
Yeah, I understand what you are saying. Yeah, it's always great to approach projects like them, to let them know about our ecosystem and all the features that we are having. So yeah, it's always great if you have a contact within the project, feel free to introduce us. And yeah, so just want to make sure. Yeah, sure. Sorry. If there are any other questions about from the community or about the crowd loan, feel free to ask them. If not, then we did a great job explaining it, and you know everything, so that's also great.
We do. I think all ambassadors know.
Okay, great.
Yeah, hey guys, this is Petra from Polkadot. I have just one question regarding the auction itself. So I was wondering, like, what's your strategy for the auction? Because as far as I understand it, the best strategy is to bid as as fast as possible to stay on the first place as much as possible, so you have the highest chance for winning the auction, right? So I was wondering how you are going to do that.
Well, actually, I saw your comment as well on Telegram. So let's say that we raised around, let's say, 500,000 KSMs during the crowd loan, and we are actually the only project that has that amount ready. So if we put that in the auction, we will be the first in every block. So so that's how it will go. It's not like we have to bid on each block. It's just an auction period. So we keep raising money, and then we will see where the block will go, and the winner of that block, who's the highest, will win. So if there's a project, like say we are first now in a crowd loan with 500,000, and no one can compete to that kind of KSMs, then we will be the first, of course. So that's how it will go.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of. So it's kind of similar to Karura for the first slot, like if they accumulate like enough in order to be the first one from the very beginning, and no one can actually beat that during those 7 days, then they are going to win. So we will do the same ideally for the second slot.
Yeah, correct. So if like Colin now has a lot of KSMs, and we see maybe during the auction that no one is coming near that, then they can be sure that they will win, because no one ever beats them in the first place. So if we will be there in the first place and a second, and no one comes near our amount of KSMs, we will win that second slot. So basically, you can see during the auction which project actually will win this.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So I was just hoping to be more exciting, to be honest, because this way it looks like it's going to be quite boring, especially for the projects with enough KSM backing them. Because it would be quite clear, who's going to be first, who's going to be second, who's going to be third, and then we will probably see, maybe some fighting during the auction.
Correct, but still, it's still 1 week between every auction. So if you don't win that 1 week later, you will have it's like it's maybe now in the beginning it will be more of a competition, but actually during the years that Kusama will be running, it's more like general thing happening. So no one will take care of this, like, or how So it's now just for the first that are very exciting and things, but let's say in a year nobody actually is, or in 2 years nobody will be looking at, because we will be using our treasury, Akala will be using their treasury, so there will be no fighting for a spot, because everything will be automatically be added to this period. So that's how I think it will go.
Yeah, and also I would like to add one thing. The first auction is going to be the most expensive auction, because every project will join at the same time. But let's say Akara become the first parachain and Plasma become the second parachain. We are not going to compete with Akara after the 2 years. because Akara is going to join another auction from Plasma Network. So the first one is going to be the most expensive one, but the after the 2 year, in case of sharding, after the 1 year, the cost is going to be much more cheaper. Yeah, and also we have learned a lot from the crowd run and the auction. So we would like to improve our strategy for Polkadot.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, no problem. So in case there are no further questions, I think we can, yeah.
I had the
everything
last
up
one,
and-
but it's
Yes,
really
sure.
like optional. Like, do you have an idea on? Well, I guess some people are talking that Polkadot auctions could be sooner than expected. Do you guys think something like that? Because I mean, I prepared for KSM auction for Shadon, but I'm not ready for auction for Plasm yet. You know.
Yeah, I understand. When it will, I still don't know. It could be faster than expected. But actually, we already expected it that it would be happening this year. So I mean, already been happening, but it's still like delayed. So we are now at this place. So I think there will be first. Well, there will be on Kusama 5 auctions going. Then there will be. I think there will be a slight pause there about onboarding new parachains. Then they will see how things will go on Bitus 5. If everything is happening, everything will producing blocks, everything is going as planned. And then when everything is smooth, they will open more auctions on Kusama. And I think then they will get ready for the Polkadot auctions as well. So let's say, yeah, we don't know how it will go. If, let's say, if the 4th parachain is connected, Kusama is doing really weird with very buggy, then we can expect it to be delayed more. So let's hope everything runs smooth. And so we think maybe the end of the summer. Let's hope the end of the summer will be good to have it. So it's still a couple of months.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
If not, maybe it would be a great Christmas present to have the first parachain from us on Polkadot as well. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, great. Sota, do you have any final words for the ambassadors?
Yeah, I have already started some preparation post the auction. So they have a lot of technical updates and marketing updates, and we have to prepare for the Polkadot auction. So yeah, we're gonna do our best to become one of the first parachain on Polkadot. Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
great.
Is there any comments from Simon?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, cool. Andy, I'm really excited to deploy ambassador contract on Plasma Network portal so that you guys can earn basic income from block rewards, and the Plasma Network portal should be launched by June 20th. So very soon. So very exciting for the new product.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Wow, it sounds great, really. So great job, guys. It's really awesome, and it's really exciting to finally see Shadon to become part of Kusama Network. And we will get soon, in 2 weeks. At Mexico.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So take care and thanks a lot. So
Okay, have a great evening, afternoon. Bye-bye. See you.
Yeah,
Take care.
bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.